Good evening. Thanks so much for having us. And we have a special drum presentation we'd like to present to you this evening. Now, this all started, and Ms. Grimm, if I get it wrong, please let me know, but I know Dr. Hens was walking through the building a little bit and saw these drums and thought, that would be something neat for everyone to see, for the board to see. And it really talks about, in terms of rhythm and things in music, really does a lot to enhance our music instruction. Now, I just got back. I will admit, my ears are ringing. I was at a track meet that we were just in outside, and so we have a couple that weren't able to come and things. Just I know they were in the meet, but so they're going to do their best. And sometimes in life, you improvise a little bit. And so we have three of our sixth grade students here. And Ms. Cram, I'll go ahead and let you just talk a little bit about this. But thanks again so much for having us. We really do appreciate it.
Hello there. Thank you so much for having us, and a big thank you to Dr. Hens for inviting us to be here. I'm really excited, and like Randy said, we had some people who last minute couldn't be here, but improvisation is a big part of music anyway, and so we're gonna go with it and have fun and kind of show you what we have been learning. The drums are called tubanos, and they are from West Africa, and the drumming is part of a curriculum called World Music Drumming. And I love it because it covers all of the Indiana State Standards within its curriculum. And it's a great way to get students engaged in learning music in a different way. And you're going to see them do instrument stuff tonight, but the curriculum also includes singing and some other aspects of our music study. We're going to start, when they first begin, they don't know what they're doing, and that's okay because we learn together. And we start by talking about where do our hands go on the drum. And, so can you show them the edge position, where you play on the edge of the drum? Good, and then there's also a center position where they play in the middle. You'll notice there's three different sizes too. Alyssa has, we just call them the low, and then Bella has a medium drum, and Rosa on the end here has the high drum. And then, so we start then, after they learn where their hands go and how to put their hands in the right place, we start by doing a simple echo exercise just to get them used to the drum. So we're going to demonstrate that right now, and then I'll come back and share a little bit more. You can use it. So I just start by having them echo the pattern that I'm doing. That way they can hear it first, and they can watch my hands, and they're learning exactly what I'm doing at this point. The next thing we would do then would be where they then have to get a little more creative and come up with their own pattern. And we play a game called, we call it just What's for Lunch? And I drum that as a question. And then I just tell them they answer back with their favorite food. And so we're going to do that for you now. All right? I'm going to start with you. Okay? What's for lunch? What's for lunch? What's for lunch? So that's how that works too. And then the next step would be where we do question, answer, echo. So I would ask the question, one person would answer it, but then the rest of the group has to echo what the person answered. It's working on not only their drumming skills, but their listening skills, their rhythm skills. Can they hear the rhythm? Can they play it back correctly? All of those things tie in together. So then we go on, and there's several, they just call them ensembles, but it's songs that they learn together. And the first basic one, it's just called Drumming Ensemble number 1. But these all do come from either West Africa or South Africa or Latin America, or where all of these come from in a curriculum. And so we're going to do just that very first one that they learn together. And you'll hear the different parts and how they start working together, and we'll add each part in as we go. response of, oh, when she does that, that means that we need to stop too. So again, listening skills, and then working on different parts, being able to keep your part going while there's another part happening, and that's something that actually translates into life, being able to focus on your job while other people are doing other things. So just even that life skill is being trained as they do this. We have several other instruments, ladies, if you'd like to grab an instrument, that we get to use in our curriculum as well as we go along. And it's just a few of us here, but imagine a whole classroom filled with that. And it just, when they really get into it and they all find their parts and sing together, it's really, it's kind of hypnotizing. It's just really cool to be a part of. So, Rosa, will you stand, please? This is another drum called the Doom Doom, but it does something kind of special. Will you show us what happens when you play that? Good. And we also call it the talking drum, because as she squeezes those strings and loosens them up, it can reach different pitches, and that's different than a lot of drums. A lot of drums have kind of one sound, but this one can make many. Good. Bella. Bella has a djembe. This is one that I know is more popular here in the U.S., and some of you might have seen this before. But the djembe is another West African instrument that we get to use. Alyssa has the shakere, and we just kind of demonstrate the sound that that makes. Good. All right, and it provides another sound, another layer of sound for them to learn about, for them to work with. And then we also have a couple types of bells. This is a gankogui, and we have to work on how to say that and how to pronounce that. But we try to use the names from the country, the names that they originally are. But it's a double bell, and the two sounds create two different pitches, and you can create rhythms with that as well. And then one similar to that, this one is from West Africa, this is from Latin America, but it does a similar thing. This one is called an agogo bell. We're going to do just one more demonstration for you where we get to hear a couple of these other instruments that are involved in that too. Sorry, confusion, sorry. recognition to the Warsaw Education Association because I got these through a Red Apple grant. So that was really, really nice that they were able to help out with that. So really appreciate that a lot.
Okay, well, we certainly